Good morning, dear students of Class 1. Today we are going to start with a new topic, and the name of the topic is called Grandma's Vegetable Garden. So, in the last class, we have started with this topic, but we only learned the new words and we made sentences with the new words, and we also learned some spellings from the chapter, isn't it? So, today we are going to start with the main part of the lesson, okay? And the name of the lesson is Grandma's Vegetable Garden. Now, do you all have a vegetable garden at home? Okay, so this lesson it's about Grandma's Vegetable Garden, okay? Now, first I will read it, and as I read it, I want everyone to point with your fingers and repeat after me, okay? One day, Grandma tells Asha, please bring some vegetables from the garden. So one day, Grandma tells Asha to bring some vegetables from the vegetable garden, okay? From Grandma's vegetable garden. Grandma told Asha to bring some vegetables from her vegetable garden, okay? Now, let's continue reading and everyone point with your fingers, alright? Asha takes a big basket and goes out. She brings green peas and purple brinjals. So, since Grandma asked Asha to bring some vegetables from the vegetable garden, Asha takes a big basket and goes out. And what did Asha bring? She brings green peas and purple brinjals. And now let's continue reading. Grandma says, thank you, Asha. Can you please bring some carrots? We can have some hot soup. And Grandma thanked Asha for bringing the green peas and purple brinjals. And then Grandma told Asha to bring some carrots from the vegetable garden so that they can have some hot soup, isn't it? What did Grandma tell Asha to bring? Grandma told Asha to bring some carrots so that they can have some hot soup. Now everyone point with your fingers again. Asha goes out. She looks everywhere. She cannot see any carrots. Now Asha goes out to look for carrots in the garden, and Asha looked everywhere for carrots in the garden, but she cannot see any carrots. Okay, now everyone point with your fingers. Asha goes to Grandma. She says, I cannot find any carrots in the garden. Now, since Asha cannot find any carrots, Asha, this little girl, cannot find any carrots in the vegetable garden, she went back to her grandmother and told her grandmother that she cannot find any carrots in the vegetable garden. Okay. Grandma says there are many carrot plants in the garden. Look carefully. So when Asha told her grandmother that she cannot find any carrots in the vegetable garden, her grandmother told her that there are many carrot plants in the garden. And what did Grandma told her? She told her to look carefully, okay? Now let's move on to the next paragraph, okay? Everyone point with your fingers again. Asha goes to the garden again. Fluffy, her cat, goes with her. Asha looks everywhere, but she cannot find the carrots. Now, since her grandmother told Asha to look carefully in the garden, Asha goes back to the garden again, okay? And Fluffy is the name of Asha's cat. Fluffy, her cat, Asha's cat, goes with her to the garden, okay? What is the name of Asha's cat? Fluffy, isn't it? Very good. And Fluffy, her cat, goes with her to the garden. And then Asha looked everywhere, but she cannot find any carrots in the garden. Okay, Asha looked for the carrots everywhere but could not find any. Okay, now everyone point with your fingers again. Suddenly she hears a loud meow. Meow. She sees Fluffy digging the ground. She goes to Fluffy. Now suddenly Asha hears a loud meow meow, the sound of the cat. Okay, Asha hears a loud meow meow. Okay, the sound of the cat. And then after she heard a loud meow, she rushed to Fluffy. Okay, and she sees Fluffy digging the ground. Okay, and then see, Fluffy is digging the ground here in this picture. Asha saw Fluffy digging the ground. Okay, and Asha went close to Fluffy. Okay, and what now? Let's move on to the next paragraph. Everyone point with your fingers again. And what does she see? She sees big orange carrots in the ground. Well done, Fluffy, says Asha happily. And when Asha went to see Fluffy, when she got close to Fluffy, what did Asha see? She sees big orange carrots in the ground. Fluffy was digging the ground because carrots, they grow in the ground. Okay, and she saw Fluffy digging the ground. And after that, Asha saw big orange carrots in the ground. And she said, well done, Fluffy. Okay, says Asha happily. Okay, now everyone, have you understood the lesson? Okay, now let's move on to the exercises. Okay, understanding the story. Complete these sentences with the correct words from the story. Number 1, Asha takes a big dash and goes out to bring vegetables. What did Asha take? Asha takes a big basket, isn't it? Asha takes a big basket and goes out to bring vegetables. Number 2, Asha brings green dash and purple dash. What did Asha bring? Asha brings green peas, isn't it? And purple brinjals. Now number 3, Asha cannot find any dash in the garden. Asha cannot find any carrots in the garden, isn't it? Now number 4, Grandma tells Asha to dash carefully. Grandma tells Asha to look carefully, isn't it? Now number 5, Asha sees Fluffy digging the dash. What did Asha see Fluffy digging? Asha sees Fluffy digging the ground, isn't it? Now I want everyone to write the answers down in your textbooks itself. Okay, I'm sorry. Write the answers down in your textbooks. Okay, for A. Now let's move on to B. Look at the pictures and answer these questions. I want you to do these in your notebooks. Okay. Number 1. What does Grandma tell Asha to do? What does Grandma tell Asha to do? Grandma told Asha to bring some vegetables from the garden, isn't it? Grandma told Asha to bring some vegetables from the garden. Now let's look at number 2. Why does Grandma ask Asha to bring her some carrots? Now why does Grandma ask Asha to bring her some carrots? Grandma told Asha to bring her some carrots so that they can have some hot soup, isn't it? That will be the answer for number 2. Grandma told Asha to bring her some carrots so that they can have some hot soup. Now let's look at number 3. Who goes out with Asha to look for carrots? Now, who goes out with Asha to look for carrots? Fluffy, her cat, isn't it? So your answer would be Fluffy went out with Asha to look for carrots. Okay, Fluffy went out with Asha to look for carrots. Number 4. Well done, Fluffy. Why does Asha say this? Why does Asha say well done, Fluffy? Asha said well done, Fluffy, because Fluffy was digging the ground and Asha sees big orange carrots in the ground, isn't it? Your answer would be Asha said, well done, Fluffy, because Fluffy was digging the ground and Asha saw big orange carrots in the ground. Okay, that would be your answer for number 4. Okay, that will be your homework for today, A and B. Okay, I want everyone to do your homeworks carefully. Write it nicely and submit your homework by this Saturday. Okay, I hope everyone understood the lesson, and that's all for today. Thank you.